Hi.
Where's Chris?
Still at the place right now?
Oh, really?
I'm just about to get started though, so.
Oh, yeah, he said he's walking over here now.
Awesome.
Good, how are you? Thanks for the water.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
We got another Birds breakdown, and I know everybody here, except that my one Dallas guy, is really unhappy about what happened yesterday. I know I was at the game. I want to send, first and foremost, I want to send a big thank you out to Big Arkansas, who got me the ticket yesterday. I really do appreciate it. Guy came all the way up from Arkansas to come watch the game. Unfortunately, the Birds weren't able to do it for him. We did have a good first half, though. We got a lot to talk about today, so I definitely wanted to get started. You know, of course, I'm the Philly sports guy. You don't see me all painted up today. It doesn't matter. I still bring it every day, every play of every game, every day. I didn't want to get all painted up. It had nothing to do with anything else. I'm angry, I'm bitter, and I'm pissed off, and I didn't need the makeup to make you guys see that. So that's why I make sure to not have to even bother putting that on. Today's sponsor today is the Mad Mummer from Cool Dog Crew. Just to give you an idea, this is the Mad Mummer. I'm going to come up close to the cameras with it. And actually, it's a cool little thing. It's an epoxy mummer. It has as you see, it's Jason Kelsey. And it's him on the podium dressed as a mummer. And actually a little bit of talking.
Lower a little bit. Lower.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah. No.
We all know the quote. Hungry dogs run fast.
There you go. This is the Mad Mummer. Well, I'm putting some out there. If you're looking to get one, these things, they typically run for $80, $85. I'm able to get them to you for $60. It's a fantastic Christmas gift. This is our sponsor for today. I want to thank the guys from Cool Dog Crew for hooking me up with one. Anyways, let's get right started to the bird's eye view. There's a lot to talk about today. So I'm going to start right with the offensive stats. So I'm going to start with Brady. Brady had a terrible day. I tell you, if you want to know somebody who looks like 2 years old and looked like he was afraid to get hit, just look across the field to New England and to Tom Brady. I tell you, I have never seen him look so scared. It's time for him to retire. It really is. Because he didn't look like the Brady that I hate. You know, it's like I almost felt bad for him. He threw that ball at the feet of a couple of people, throwing away. Afraid he got hit. He got hit real hard. He got 6 quarterback hits against him. He was not feeling it. Trust me. I know. I was there. We saw it. I'm talking about all the good stuff from our defense to start this off because I got a lot of good stuff to talk about, but we do have some bad stuff to talk about too. But anyways, we only held him to 74 yards rushing. One play was 20 yards rushing. And I understand, you know, it was like Geary had his hand on him. He just couldn't bring him down, and he ran there around for like 20-some yards. It happens. That was really the one good play that they had, and the trick play. That's it. That's all they had going for them. So I tell you, the defense did come to play. 74 yards rushing, 231 yards passing, receiving yards. The touchdown didn't even come from Brady. So he had a worse quarterback rating than Wentz did. His quarterback rating was 67.3. Of course, Edelman had a 158 point for the one touchdown for 15 yards, which was a bogus play. And I tell you, that guy didn't make a catch the rest of the game because he got hammered in the end zone when that happened. He definitely got smacked. And you saw that happen. He was angry that he got beat on that play. And it was he definitely gave that to him. After that, number 14 didn't catch any more balls from New England. But anyways, you can see here, we got 81 yards rushing. Again, I don't understand why they got away from the rushing game. They The one thing we know, I know Lane Johnson got hurt. I understand. I know that Peters was in and out. I understand. But we've got, our line is the strongest part. And in between the tackles is our strongest. And then you're putting Vaitai in pass block formation. Vaitai is PU in pass block formation. He cannot do it, obviously, or else he'd be in there a lot more. And Dillard actually does okay. He didn't have a good game either. He wasn't in there for very long. Vaitai wasn't in there for very long. But it was part of the reason why you just got to be able to run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. But I'm going to get forward to that in a little bit. That they ran the ball, and then they decided to put Boston Scott in there for a lie. And I thought Boston Scott could have been one of the black horses to have a good day. He didn't have that good day, but the problem with that is that every time he was out there, you didn't have Miles Sanders out there, and Miles Sanders is the one that you want to have in the wheel route, and they were doing man-to-man coverage. So I don't understand why that they weren't sending him out there in that wheel route. But they didn't do that. They only threw to him 2 times or 4 times. He caught the ball twice. Anyways, we did give up that one fumble. That one fumble only led to 3 points, so I can't even on the turnovers. Carson Wentz is holding the ball a little bit too long. He's doing his thing. I know everybody's talking about Carson Wentz and how they should have kept Foles. I don't know how many things I read on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, Wentz sucks. We need Foles. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Everybody was too busy watching Eagles game. They didn't watch the game with Indianapolis against Jacksonville. Foles sucked. He got a touchdown pass, and then that was it. That's all he did, too. So don't be telling me that Foles is the answer, because he wasn't that good either. So I don't want to hear about any of that. And Carson took his pain, took his hits yesterday, and still got up. I'm sure he's hurt a little bit today, but I didn't see him injured. I didn't see anybody have to go in for him, so I don't want to hear any more about Foles. That Foles thing is dead. And for all you Foles fans that still think that Foles is the answer, go to Jacksonville, because that means you ain't Eagles fans. I'm tired of hearing about it. We got enough problems on this team that worried about a quarterback controversy that there isn't. Get the hell out of here with that. That's full of shit. I'm tired of it already. No more Foles talk. End the story. Let's go. So back to the thing. Obviously, 81 yards rushing isn't what we should have done. Definitely should have did a lot more in the rushing. 17 of those yards came from Wentz. He went back to pass 48 times. I heard from everybody under the sun. Ray Dininger. Brooks. Michael Barkhead. Everybody says if he has to go back to pass 40 times, they're going to lose. Did Peterson not get the memo? Did he not hear about it? I mean, the one thing that they don't have going for them on the defense of New England was that the defensive line is weak. That they let up a lot of rushing yards. It's like they gave up 231 yards to the Ravens. They don't even have a real running back. They got a good quarterback who runs a lot, and I get that. But they don't have a good running back, and we have actually a good running back. He was hitting the holes, and he was doing it. I don't know if there was something secret going on. Maybe he had some injury or whatever. But I don't understand why they were going after Boston Scott, Mr. Practice Squad. That, we're going to give him reps. We're going to give him reps. We're going to feed him the ball. We're going to feed him the ball. Why? Why feed him the ball? We got a running back that could do that. I understand Jordan Howard would have made a big difference in this game. I understand that. And maybe now when he comes back, everybody else will understand that, including the coaching staff. And I'm telling you, everybody's putting this on Peterson a little bit. It's time to put a little bit back on the assistant head coach, and that's Deuce Staley. Deuce Staley likes to be the one that put in the running backs. And I don't want to hear about Jay Ajayi. Jay Ajayi was not ready to play this game. He was not going to be ready to play this game. But what I am saying is that Deuce Staley is the one who puts in these running backs. And I want to know what he's thinking when he's putting in Boston Scott. Now, I understand that I don't get paid enough money to be able to make these decisions. And I don't know if Deuce Staley is really the way he's going to be able to tell me why this and why that and why this and why that. Hey, Deuce, you've been a great running back all your life. You understand you need strength and you need speed. And you want to tell me these guys are winded? You want to tell me that he got enough carries, that he was out there too much? I mean, I know that Sanders was out there doing some blocks and everything, and he was playing those games. But I tell you, I don't understand why you weren't out there so much doing whatever it is that you were doing. Why you kept putting out Boston Scott. He wasn't the answer. Definitely we needed more Miles Sanders, and the fact that we didn't have him just angered me. And I think it angered a lot of people. It was very frustrating to watch this over and over again. So I definitely want to put a little bit of blame on somebody other than Doug, and that's Deuce. Deuce is a little bit of the problem there, putting in these running backs all the time. I understand that, hey, we walked down the field in the 22 package. How often do we hear about that 22 package? The 2 running backs, the 2 tight ends, and 1 receiver. I know I mentioned it 2 weeks ago. I said that that's how I live right now. We ain't got receivers that can catch the ball. And I'll get to that in a few minutes. But, I mean, that's how we should be moving down the field. We should be 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, 1 receiver. Let's do it that way. Let's have them stop the ball. Let's do that in a hurry-up offense so that now they got all their fat men getting tired on defense. That's how you do things. That's what New England did in the beginning of the second half. How do you think they moved right down the field? They didn't train anybody out. They kept the fat guys on the field. Fat guys get tired, and they wound up and scored a touchdown on a trick play. Even that's what happened, and that's what you are going to need to do if we're going to have any chance against Seattle. That's what's going to need to have happen. But I tell you, I don't understand why they didn't do that. Again, I don't get paid enough money to make these coaching decisions, but I know that Peterson does, and maybe he should get Groh to start thinking about things a little differently than what's going on, because I don't think Groh has got the right idea as of right now. Anyways, 10 points, 17 points. Obviously, it was a loss. If you were going to tell me that, hey, we're going to hold New England to 9 points in the first half, and they're only going to get 8 points in the second half, and they're going to punt 8 times, I'm going to say we're winning that game every time. Every time. Even if we punt 8 times. And I tell you, our punter was... I don't understand why... I mean, he... 2 balls. It was a field possession game. And he's shanking balls. Not the way to do it. You know, when their punter shanked the ball, it went to the 20 or the 15. When he shanked the ball, it went to the 50. Dude, man, figure it out. Kick the ball a little bit better. The fact 8 yards better than him, and we were on the short end of the field all the time. We're back. We had our average starting position was 17-yard line. That's a problem. That's a problem. Theirs was like the 43. Come on. That we did. You're not going to win any game like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many points they score. When you got to travel 83 yards, you're not going to score a lot of the time. And we didn't. We got into the twice. You know what? We got 10 points out of that. That's it. We didn't make it to the red zone again. And that was ridiculous. Unhappy about that. Anyways, there's our offensive stats. Like I said, I had a lot to do with the defense over here. Defense, but, you know, unfortunately, didn't work out that way very well. All right, let me just talk about real quick. The other sponsor is me for this Washington Redskins trip. As you might be able to see, it says $300. Wipe that away. Tickets are only $250. Hey, listen, until the Eagles start winning some more, we gotta get some people going to this game. I only got 34 tickets left. There's 60 people going to this game. We're gonna have the lower bowl seats. It's gonna be a fun time. Find it on Facebook or Eventbrite. You can buy tickets. There's only 34 left. We're getting ready to go. I got some other people in the wings going to maybe come. It's definitely, you're going to have all the food, all the beer, and I make a fantastic Bloody Mary. And don't worry, I'm going to be drinking that day. I don't definitely drink when I'm all dressed up, but I am drinking that day. So you're going to get a fired up Philly sports guy, all painted up and drinking for that game. So anyways, definitely you want to show up to that. At $250 a ticket. There we go. I'm going to give out my game balls right now because like I said, I've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. So I want to talk about the good stuff right now. Gary, 10 tackles, 1 sack. I tell you, he had 3 hits behind the line. He was all over the field. He gave up the 1 bad play. And trust me, I heard about it. I put him down there. I gave him my game ball. And then I heard what Ray Didinger had to say about him, about the 1 play. So I tell you what, out of 1 play, and he gave me 10 tackles, I'm going to give him still the game ball. I thought he did a great job. Ruger Hill, 5 tackles. 3 were for a loss. 3 were behind the line of scrimmage. That tells me that they were there to play. He was in the, he's there. He's out there getting him back behind the scrimmage, making those tackles. That's a big deal. They didn't move very far, so that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to do. And I know everybody hates it. Ronald had 5 tackles, 2 pass deflections. I tell you, that 1 pass deflection was a big one, getting in on that flea flicker. Yeah. It was a big pass deflection there to break up that pass. I tell you, those are the types of plays from him. And that's the Ronald Darby we know, the 3rd best receiver. That's where he fits in best. I understand that cornerbacks are a little funny right now. Mills did a great job yesterday. I wish he could time those jumps a little better. He barely got that one away. Knocked it away. He just tipped that ball. Had he timed that route a little bit better, he'd have jumped that, and that'd have been the pick 6 that I've been calling for the last couple of weeks. You also had that one. The other one that everybody thinks he could have gotten an interception on, that wasn't really a pass he was going to be able to get an interception on. He wasn't even looking in that direction. That ball hit him after it tipped off of the defender, off of the New England guy's hand, and it hit him. He wasn't able to really catch that ball. But we'll talk about caught balls here in a minute. So those are my 3 games. The game. I was going to maybe give one to the punter, but he shanked too many balls yesterday. So, what's going on? My first question is, on your day off, how are you going to get fired? How do you get hurt on your week off? I don't understand what's going on over there. Like, are they doing some type of stretching too much? Are they doing something a little too crazy that people are getting hurt? I don't understand what is happening. That we went in to the bye with nobody hurt, and now we had 3 guys hurt. I'm okay. Trust me. I love everything that what's his name did for us. Receiving those kicks, doing all those things. It's time for him to move on. It's time for him to go out to pasture. Sproles, I appreciate everything that you've done for us, but it's time for you to go. It's like it was just time. Jeffries, all right. I mean, I think he's a little butthurt. I mean, it might be a little bit of a pride thing that he's feeling. Yeah, he's got them hands right now. I think the receivers got something going on in their heads, which brings me to point number 2. Aguilar's issues. Is it his hands or is it his head? Listen, Nelson, you're a good dude. I know that you know how to catch the ball. I'm going to just plead. I want to talk to you alone. You by yourself, Nelson. You are a good dude. I know that you want to catch the ball. I know that you're not trying to drop those balls. And I know when you got the media all on top of you that it sucks. Trust me, I know how it feels to be hounded on and know that you're the reason. Got to do it. You got to finish out this season. I understand you're in a contract here. I understand that you're going to hear all the bapping. But it's not going to matter a little bit if you make those catches. So you got to get back to the basics. You got the hands. You got the speed. You just got to make them catches. I don't know what else to be able to say to you. You can't. Don't be in your head. It's not in your head. It's not. You're just are. You got the weight of the world on your shoulders for no reason. No reason. Let me tell you, when you're the number 1 wide receiver, there ain't no weight on your shoulders. it should be all gravy because that means somebody else didn't do their job. And that's kind of what we're talking about here, that we didn't have. We'll get back down to there when we get to number 8, that maybe somebody's not doing their job. You are the man. You got to be the man. And that's right that we had the Patriots. They are the Super Bowl champions. So don't let the media get to you. Get back in your head and start making those catches. I know you can do it because I watched you 2 years ago with the Super Bowl do it. I watched you all that year when you were the number 3 receiver being able to make those catches without any problem. I know that you can do it. You're the man. Just get back onto it again. Number 3. I know everybody's beating up on Wentz. Oh, I wish we had Foles. Yeah, wrong. Anyways, but I do wonder, was McNabb out there playing yesterday? Because it did seem like that he was throwing a lot of balls to the receivers' feet. And that bothered me. That it's like, oh, you got people open and we're hitting them in the feet. Or you're bouncing past it to them. Can't be doing that, Wentz. Cannot be doing it. I get it. Hey, you're having a hard time with the receivers, not knowing who to trust, trying to force things into Ertz, trying to force things into Dallas. Dallas dropped a couple of passes too. So don't think, Dallas, that Aguilar's the only one that gets. He's got the stone hands right now. Dallas has got a little bit of ipsies too. You know what I mean? Ertz is the only one that seems to got his hands on the ball. And who? Hey, he caught a ball. Hey, he broke his cherry for the first time in 5 months. Hey, he finally got open a little bit. Maybe if you did that a little bit more, Arcega-Whiteside, you would be out there playing more. Obviously, they don't trust you, and you could say it's on the coaches, but I think it's more on you. Because if you were good, they have you out there. You're not. That's why they're not playing you. Anyways, neither here nor there. McNabb looked like he was playing yesterday, and that kind of frustrated me a little bit. Jason Peters, brother, you're a Hall of Famer. You're probably a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'd love for you to coach the Eagles. I'd love for you to be the offensive line coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. I know I don't want you to be the offensive tackle anymore. I'm tired of you getting hurt every other play, and I guess you must be the best one that we've got out there, because that's why they would rather have you out there than Dillard and Vitae, because they're not getting the reps, because I guess they're still giving you the reps, or they're giving you all the schemes, or that you have some type of affiliation with Jeffrey Lurie that you still get to play. Hey, listen, brother, I again, you're another one. I appreciate everything that you've done for us. You are awesome, but it's time for you to go. It's definitely time. I hope they hire you as a coach, because I would love for you to stay in 2017, I feel like you were half the reason why the offensive line was doing so well, because you were coaching them up. You were doing those things the proper way. And the fact that you are going out there on the field, you ain't coaching them up, is I think half the reason why they're not doing so well. I think it's time for you to go. I think it's time. I would love for them to hire you as the offensive line coach, but it's time for you to retire. Let's start the clock ticking to that first ballot Hall of Fame vote. I'm voting for you. Boston Scott. Boston Scott. Now, this is a question. You already heard me talking about it already, so this is going right to Deuce. Boston Scott, where's Sanders? Why are you putting Boston Scott out there? He fumbled the ball in the kickoff. He fumbled it forward, can't forward, so he lost 12 yards on that fumble, because he fumbled it, I guess, back in the 20-yard line, and it fumbled forward 12 yards. But anyways, the fact that you went right back, and sent it back out there again. I guess the first confidence? Why? Because he's such an integral part of this team? Come on. We need to play Sanders a lot more. I understand that he was out there for the pass protection, and maybe he was getting beat up by the defense, going out and blocking, and that's why you didn't want to waste him on the runs and stuff like that. But we need to run the ball a lot more than we. And the fact that when we were giving it to Boston. Boston wasn't beating New England. That's what I'm talking about. It wasn't happening. And so that's what made me angry. It made me very frustrated that every time I'm out there and we're seeing Boston, it was like all second half. The only person who ran the ball was Boston Scott because Sanders didn't touch the ball very much. And I understand they're going to put that 8th man in the box. Again, we've got big fat guys in our line that want to move forward. Brooks even said something at the end of the game. It's like, hey, I would much rather go forward than go backwards. 6 sacks. Him sitting back there. The one play, he had 10 minutes to throw the ball. I left to go to the bathroom and came back. The play was still going on, and he still got sacked. So it didn't matter because the guys couldn't get open. So when you got receivers that aren't able to catch the ball, aren't able to get open, don't have the speed, and we give 6 throws to Jordan Matthews. And I appreciate the fact that Jordan Matthews came on a short notice, came back. Hey, we need a receiver. Come on in. You're a body of Wentz. You'll remember the offense. Blah, blah, blah. 6 yards. 1 catch, 6 yards. 6 times throwing the ball. 1 catch, 6 yards. Not going to get it done. All those times we could have done the wheel route. Hey, times. I bet you it works a lot when we call the play. So, again, Doug, Deuce, figure it out. Because I know that Grow isn't, you know what I mean? And Doug, you're calling the plays. Time to make something happen. We got a good team coming up. We need to be able to do better. I'm going to show you exactly where we can get at them here in a few minutes. But if we're going to beat them, we're going to have to run the ball. We're going to need to do it with our offensive line. So hopefully Lane will be back. I understand with Lane being out, it made a very easy excuse. But I tell you, we've got good guys. Dillard is a first-round pick. Vaitai is big here. He's got a Super Bowl ring last time I checked. He did really well in 2017. Not yesterday. And the one other thing that I got to say, there was that one play, I tell you that it was a screen pass, running back screen pass. Samalu didn't even know what the hell he was. 3 times he ran into Sanders. What the frick? Get out of the way! Hit somebody! He's like, whoa! Like 3 times got run into by Sanders. Figure it out, guys. You guys got to do a little bit better than that. It was ridiculous watching that play happen. And I had to watch it on the big screen because you guys didn't score in my area. You went down the other end zone, which was good because at least my buddy who's celebrating his 40th birthday, he was down there. So we got to see that touchdown. But those types of plays can't happen. It's ridiculous that we're still having those types of issues. That he don't know what he's watching. The play go around him. And he's got 3 guys around him. That all he's got to do is push somebody. Come on. Samalu, you're not having the best year. Figure it out. Get it out of your head. Start hitting somebody the right way. Let's go. Another poor game plan. Why not run? I understand that Jordan Howard wasn't there. I understand, but you look at the Patriots, when you look at everything, what's their weakness? Against the run. Against the run. But somehow, some way, you got Andy Reid in you and said, I got to throw the ball. And then 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 I got to take a long time to get the play in so that we can throw the ball. And then I got to take a long more time to get the play in so I can throw the ball and not run the ball. 3 and outs. Ridiculous. I mean, come on. This is the Patriots. We didn't even need to be on our 100% A game. All we had to do is just play well, halfway decent even, and we could have won this game. This was a win that's going to hurt us for a while. Detroit team was a loss. I don't count the Atlanta game. I think Atlanta played their Super Bowl that game. Now they realize how to play again. But but the Detroit game we should have won and we didn't. The Patriots game we should have won and we didn't. And it's going to come back to bite us a little bit later on, because we'll go make that my 8th point. But anyways, number 7. Is it now time to start talking about Antonio Brown? I thought about this a lot, and I've been thinking about this, and I was staunch against Antonio Brown. I still have very strong reservations about it. However, I think that Howie's got to save a little face here. You want to throw away the season? That's fine. Throw away the season. But you got Antonio Brown who's there, who's waiting for a phone call to get on a team. You know, you only got 7 weeks left. So we better figure it out. So my thought is that now's the time to really have the conversation about Antonio Brown. Is he worth it? There's 6 weeks left. You know, for his last 6 weeks, it would take him 2 weeks to get in the rotation. You know, and here for the last 4 weeks, specifically against Dallas. He ain't going to be ready to be able to play against Seattle. But my thought is, it's now time. If you want to talk about it, now's the time that you bring him in and we talk about it. Or else you're just going to say that these. And I know, and you know, Howie, I know that you see exactly what I see. They're not. And I understand if you made the decision, hey, listen, not bringing him in. I would rather have the pick. We're going to have a 3rd round pick if we don't use it. If we bring him in, we lose that 3rd round pick. You know, you could talk. You got to call me direct, Howie, because I tell you, none of the other Eagles fans are going to believe that. You know what I'm saying? I've been a staunch supporter of everything that you've done, but I'm telling you, as of right this minute, you need something different to happen, and you got to take a leap. And the only leap that there is out there is Antonio Brown. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's time to start thinking about that in a real sense. My last point. Can we make the playoffs? Are we strong enough to make the playoffs? Are we strong enough to win this division? Now, I know I got my Dallas guy here. Yeah, well, we're in first place. Yeah, we beat Detroit with a backup quarterback. Yeah, we did our thing. We can only win against the people we did. Hey, Dak threw yards faster than every other quarterback that ever played the game in Dallas. You know, whatever. Wank, wank, wank. That's all that is. Truth of the matter is, though, is that even if we played Dallas yesterday, we weren't going to beat them. And that's a big deal. That's the problem. So that's what I got to say about that. So it doesn't matter that it was the Patriots, that it might have been the Bengals. We might not have beat them either. So if we're going to be able to win this division, we got to figure it out a little bit better than this. And I'm not sure that this team is constructed well enough to be able to do that. So that's, if they, you know, you got to look in the mirror. I look in the mirror every day. Like I said, it's hard work to bring in every play of every game every day. It's hard work. You got to do it. You got to have the commitment to do it. I bring it every day. Just like I didn't get painted up because you don't need to see the paint today. So don't use that as my launching pad on whether I bring it. I definitely bring it. You don't need up for me to bring it. It's here and I'm ready. But I can't play for you. I can't bring it. I can't be in the game. Although there was a lot of fans around me saying you need to be in there yesterday, and I don't like hearing that. In fact, I hate it when I hear that, because when I hear shit like that, that means that they see exactly what I see, is that they don't feel that there's enough heart out there on the field. And I don't think that it's a heart problem. I think that, you know, maybe we weren't good enough. Maybe we didn't have enough game plan. Maybe, you know, Doug, I heard you this morning say, hey, first, number one, it's on you. And I get it. It's important that you understand that it's on you. It's on Deuce, too. Hey, when was the last time that we got to say, hey, the defense was here, the offense was the horrible part? Normally, it's usually both, or that the defense is struggling a little bit. Wasn't yesterday. Defense came to play. Even only one sack, no turnovers, didn't matter. Holding them to 17 points is a good thing to do. You know, like I said, that game reminded me a lot of when I was watching the Patriots against the Bills. You know, because it felt like the same exact game. Trick play for them to score a touchdown. You know, Tom Brady, passer rating, PU. If you would have told me that 17 points and Tom Brady throws no touchdowns, we win that game every time. Not yesterday. So, anyways, that's what I think. That's what I'm asking. What's going on? Now, before I get to my final thought. So, the Eagle Eye Who's on deck? Seattle Seahawks. As you can see up there, 8-2, second in the NFC West. You know, it's San Francisco had a tough game yesterday against the Arizona Cardinals and still pulled it out, 9-1. You know, had a tough game against Seattle last week. You know, Seattle's on the bye this week, so you don't even hear me talking about them. You know, about like that. But 2 weeks ago they played San Francisco, went to overtime, went to the last few seconds of overtime, going back and forth. So San Francisco is actually a pretty good team. But Seattle, great offense. They're third in total offense. Sixth in rushing the ball. You know, 10th in passing. They got a whole 390 yards just about. You know, every game they're going. And 133 yards rushing game. That's a lot of rushing. You know, Mack is a pretty good running back. He's doing his thing. You know, passing. I don't know who's catching the ball, but I know that guy can sling it. He's got the best quarterback rating in the league. 114.9. That's better than Dak. That's actually the closest one to him is Cousins with 114.8 quarterback rating. Who would have thought that there, Vikings fans? But anyways, he's the best one there. And then you got Dak underneath both of them. So Russell Wilson is definitely, you know, the reason why that they're able to win so many games. Because their defense ain't so hot. You know, the 25 total defense in total. 372 yards a game they give up. It's actually 373. I rounded down for them because I couldn't fit it in there. Anyway, and 21st against the rush. The 101 yards a game they're giving up rushing. Passing. 280 yards rushing, passing. A game they're giving up. However, they're only 10th in scoring. They played 10 games. They scored 27.5 points a game. They give up 25.5 points a game. That's only a 2-point difference. So that means they're going in shootouts every game, which means that we're going to have to bring it. And you know how do you beat them? The same way you beat Brady. You got to push up the center. You got to get Russell Wilson moving his feet and get him contained in the pocket, sack him, or just get him flustered and then get the guys covered. Make him pass the ball fast. Because we already know we can stop the run. We're fourth in the NFL against the rush. Nobody's able to run against us at all. So that's not going to be the way that they beat us. They're going to have to throw the ball. I tell you, we were 31st a few weeks ago. We're ninth. We're ninth best defense right now in the NFL. That's a big jump. I don't care who you're playing. Sister Mary the Blind, Sister Mary the Poor, whatever. These teams, you know, you got to play you can. The Patriots, we held them to like, what? It wasn't a whole lot of yards. It was under 300 yards. When you're doing stuff like that, that's a good defense. And Brady, last time I checked, he was the greatest of all time. I hate saying that because I really wanted to have some barbecue goat yesterday, but it didn't happen the way I wanted it to. I wanted to eat that all up. But we don't get to do that. He gets to win again. And just like he won the Super Bowl, PU style. He stunk yesterday, and he looked scared. And he looked like he was afraid to play the game. And he ain't going to win the Super Bowl playing like that. But because I tell you, that the Ravens are coming for him if that's the way he's going to play. But we can't worry about any of that. The Dirty Birds are coming into our nest. And for a long time. I tell you, the last Seattle game I went to was a Monday Night Football, and it was 49-0. I tell you, not only did I stay for every play and watch that with such a shitty game, that game sucked so bad, but I stayed for every play. After that, it's snowing, and somebody broke into my truck. So I had a broken window that I had to drive home with. After all of that, in the parking lot because it was all the Seattle fans that stayed and me because I was the one that's got to stay to the very, very end, and I got the broken into truck. So you want to talk about people that are bitter? I'm sure Seattle's been here a couple of times since then too, and we've lost those games. I don't remember the last time we beat Seattle. I'm tired of that. I want to win. I want a big win, and we can do it. This team is big. The only losses that they've got is against the Saints and the Ravens. So those guys are good teams, obviously. You know, they lost to the Saints early in the season. They lost to Lamar Jackson, who's probably number 2 in the MVP voting behind Russell Wilson right now. So realistically, they are a quality team, but they are beatable. They aren't God, you know. So we can take them. It's time to do it. Gotta make it happen. Anyways, I know I've ranted and raved here for about 40 minutes. I've got more to say though.
What?
My final thought before I get into. Listen, real quick, guys. I just want to say again. I'm going to bring this up to you guys. This is a great Christmas gift. Cool dog. Yeah.
We all know the quote.
There we go.
Hungry dogs run faster.
Hungry dogs run faster. It's a great Christmas gift. You can put it on your mantle. It's a great little thing. It's Jason Kelsey up there for the speech. It's one of those things. It's fantastic. If we had all the stuff, $100, but it doesn't. So it's $60. Like I said, you can buy it for $100 on Amazon. $60. It's all yours. Get it for Christmas. These guys are awesome. Get a hold of me. I'll make sure that you get one. Anyways, my final thought of the day. I tell you, I don't know who came up with the plan on how we're going to leave the stadium with all the cars at the end of the game. But I tell you, it's a shit show. It is a straight shit show. I don't curse very often. I know that I've been hot today, and it's been angry, but I sat there for 2 hours, didn't move 5 feet in the parking lot. Like, what's going on? Like, what the hell? It's 40,000 cars. All of a sudden now we can't go down past Junk Avenue. We got to move this way. We got to move this way. Whoever figured that out is an asshole. They got to get their ass checked because it's a friggin' shit show. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that we can only go this way. It can only go that way. I wound up having to go down Packer Avenue. I was parked real close, actually, to the exit. And we can't go out any of those ways because, no, too smart to do. We can't funnel people out a normal way. No, we got to be assholes now. We got to make sure that somebody goes this way and somebody goes this way. I tell you, whoever's doing the planning better figure it to frig out a little bit better than that because it's a little ridiculous about what's going on. I can't stand it. Like I said, this is the 3rd time in a row I park in Citizens Bank Park. I get there early. I get there right when the thing opens. I don't tailgate because I go to everybody else's tailgate. You might have seen my stuff. So I'm doing my thing. I park there. I'm the first car. I get close to anywhere where I think I'm going to be able to get out fast. It don't matter because I'm sitting there for hours, not moving at all. Like literally 5 feet. Move 5 feet. I moved 5 feet just so I can make myself feel better. It was literally like we sat there in the line, not moving. Not moving. Ridiculous. I don't know why all of a sudden this has happened like this. It never used to be this way. All of a sudden this year, we got to come up with new traffic patterns. Somebody in Philadelphia better figure it the frig out because this is a bunch of shit. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that we got to sit there for that long and we got to deal with this type of traffic not moving. Hey, listen, I'd love to tailgate afterwards, but who wanted to stick around after that loss? It was friggin' cold out. You know what? Like, thank God I had enough gas in my car and I didn't run out of gas. Because had I ran out of gas in the middle of all that stuff, then everybody else behind me would have gotten stuck. Because I got a big... That means there ain't nobody moving. Yeah, because I ran out of gas. Because every asshole in the world is trying to get out too. And every cop... Now, I can't blame the cops. Cops are doing their job. But whoever the planner is the one who's all screwed up there. You better figure it to frig out a little bit better than that. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's bitter. I was seething mad. I left that stadium at 7:20. I didn't get home till 9:50. I had to watch my kids at 10 o'clock. I don't know if you saw what I look like at the end of a game, but I'm all painted up and I got to get a shower. It takes me 15 minutes a shower. You know what I mean? It's just like it. So I understand that that's nobody's problem, but it shouldn't take me 3 hours to get home after a game when I'm leaving right after the game. It's not like I'm going to have a drink. It's not like I'm going to hang out at a bar. I get in my car and I go. And you know what? People were left early. They left with 5 minutes left in the game. You know, figure I know that I stayed to the very end. I wait till the last whistle blows. Well, then when you have the ref say, hey, the game is over, yeah, go home. You know what I mean? I stay to that. I make sure everybody leaves around me. And then after all that, I still got to wait. It's only 40,000 cars. The stadium only holds 70,000 people, and 30,000 take SEPTA. So I don't want to hear that this is so ridiculous. City of Philadelphia, figure it the frig out. Your situation ain't working real well. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. Anyways, thank everybody again. The beautiful Chelsea Tavern for having me here at Birds. It was a great time again. I'd love to see you guys all next week. Hey, I'd love to have more of you guys show up here. 6:30. Doors open at 5:30. I'm here if you want to talk football. I don't only talk football. I talk hockey. I talk basketball. We can kind of, I'm a little bit happier now about the Phillies. But it's time. I want more of you guys to show up here. I would love to have a lot of people here at the Chelsea Tavern for this show. I've got the same guys come in every day, and I love them. You should come in too. So I'm waiting to see you next week. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Go Birds. We need it going on. I'm tired of this. We beat Seattle this week. It's time to go. Let's go. Yeah!